Guys, anybody, please, can you please help? What's his name? Captioning. How to upload? If you guys, you have uploaded these things before. Do you have an account? Do you have an account?
Yeah, I know I have already account. The university provided me user student ID as well as.
Yes. That's right.
Yes, but I don't see any option to upload my file.
Uh, who's okay? Wait, hold on. Emmanuel, are you helping? Oh my God, this is amazing, yeah. Because from what I can see here, you are on your caption. Uh,
Someone is typing in the chat. The supporting documents are supposed to be emailed
yeah,
to the international.
yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Because can you see the email address there? Kevin Vickers' email.
Okay. And can I send in this email address or other?
No, Kevin's email address.
In this email address, I can mail my all submitting documents.
Yes.
I already mailed this Kevin, but they don't give me any reply.
Yeah. When did you do this? How long ago?
Previous night, I already mailed them. And it's almost 6 days past. I don't get any information.
Any response
from right.
All right. So you need to. Kevin will come, but you should have called Kevin because now maybe you didn't push much because it's hard. For most of us, it took long to get even I-20. It took like for me, it took like close to a year. Half a year. I got my I-20 like late.
Okay, no problem. But
so to cut the long story to cut the long story short, what you need to do is to make sure that you phone. Taylor, right? Taylor.
Okay.
Taylor, the lady by the name of Taylor.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Okay, so you don't know Taylor. It's okay. You don't know Taylor. You can send these emails to Kevin Vicker or to Taylor Billings. Her name is Taylor Billings. Okay, let me just send her email address there. I don't. She's
and today this session, who will conduct the full session? Who will conduct?
Kevin should conduct. He's gonna come. Okay, he's gonna come in just now.
When he come, we will be talk to the Kevin.
Yes, speak to Kevin. He's gonna. I think that's the best.
It's a good idea. Okay.
Absolutely. You know what? I'm so sorry. Brother, that you have things you just don't understand what's going on. And I think we're gonna wait for Kevin. If Kevin doesn't sort it out, we're gonna help to sort it out. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, we are here. We are together. We're all students. We do these things together. But for now, it's just that we're waiting for him to come in. If he comes in and he will help you, definitely he's gonna help you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome, brother. We wanna be in Bangladesh one day.
Yeah. Soon we will meet you.
No. I'm not far from you, so I would come there anytime. You can take out your what you call is this what you're a spy, social spy? What is that?
It's mainly a marketing agency. I'm mainly digital marketer.
Okay.
And this is my marketing agency. We are providing service.
Service. Dennis Ruto, how are you?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, there's another participant today who came through. All right, cool. So social spy. Okay, I didn't know those things. So how's everything been in Bangladesh? Huh? Fatima Idrisu. Sudi Peter, how do you pronounce your name? Sudi Peter.
Yeah.
Sudi Peter. Fatima Idrisu, where are you from?
I'm from Ghana, please.
Oh my God. Bangladesh, you hear that again? We have another Ghanaian.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Fatima Idrisu.
Yeah.
Which part of Ghana you are?
Nice question.
Tamale, Northern region. Tamale.
Oh, okay, I'm also at Kumasi. Hello.
Kumasi.
Hello.
Hello. What's going
My
on?
name is Bright. I'm also calling from Ghana.
Wow. So this
Bright, which part of Ghana you are? I'm in Kumasi. Oh, okay. I'm also in Kumasi, Brahman. And you? Oh, okay. I'm at Kwara State.
I have a lot of Ghanaians on this platform.
So quick one. Is there anybody with I-20? Sorry? So have you received your I-20?
So the Peter, Bangladesh, you and I, we're not from
I've
Ghana.
not received an admission yet. My admission offer hasn't been sent. Oh, okay. Yeah, and I cannot check for the status. I'll check my bar. I cannot even check for the status. Yeah, hello?
Hello, everyone.
Yeah. So I'm saying I can't even check for the status of admission. I don't know why.
Now wait a minute.
Oh, really? Yeah. What you have to contact Kevin. Yeah, I've contacted him personally like a couple of times, but then he still says they are reviewing it and they'll get back to me. But nothing has been done yet.
Getting
so I just
back.
received this email concerning the Zoom meeting. I don't know if anybody could assist me with that.
So you what? You sent? Okay, guys, assist. You haven't received the feedback, right?
Yeah, I've not received any feedback with respect to admission status. So as of now, I can't tell whether my admission has been accepted or not.
Doreen.
Yeah, and I've been contacting Kevin. Which course do you apply for? Which course? Business analytics. Okay. What program? You're a fresh student or maybe? No, a fresh student. Yeah, fresh graduate. Graduate. Okay, which school? Sorry? Which school? So what school am I from? Yeah, did you complete?
Bangladesh.
Oh, okay. What about you? Okay. Keep on contacting them, okay? Okay.
No. You have to get your things today, okay? You have to get everything today.
I have to today. So on the Zoom, I can ask Kevin, right?
No, perhaps. Today you have to get your stuff correct.
I don't think that Kevin's part of us. Is Kevin part of this meeting? Yeah, the meeting is stated to start at 12.
The meeting starts is 1.5 hour meeting. So I think it starts around 2 Ghana time to 3:30. Yeah, something like that. Yes.
Yeah.
I'll be snoring.
So I'm just sorry.
I will be snoring by that time.
because of the time difference, right?
Yeah.
Me too. I think it's almost 9 p.m. here, so I'm just waiting.
Doreen, where you at? And we have.
Oh, it's almost 9 p.m. here. Yeah.
You see, you're right. We're the same. But
because I'm in Vietnam.
Hey, what the hell?
But I'm a Ghanaian. I'm from Ghana, but I'm in Vietnam.
What took you there? Wind? The water?
I've been in Vietnam for 4 years now. I teach here. I'm a teacher. I teach here in Vietnam.
Oh my God, bro. They stole everything from you. All your skills are gone. Nah, come on, bro. Jeez.
I see that thing. I see.
Nah. don't get me started, bro.
Bonnie, where are you from? Where are you from?
Oh my God, it's complicated. I'm from South Africa.
Yeah, I thought as much.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? It's good. It's good. Amin Saka. Guys, say hi to Amin Saka. Hello.
Hello. Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, Taylor. Kevin.
We'll give everyone a minute to jump on ahead and change the restart the meeting, but I think we'll be okay now. So.
All right. Please repeat, Kevin. Vic, I didn't hear you.
Just to get a sense from who's here, I want and we're going to record this meeting, by the way, now. So I'm going to go ahead and hit record on this.
Recording in progress.
Great. Hello. So my name is Kevin Vicker. I'm the Senior Director for International Education here at Park University. And it is my pleasure to be on the call today to kind of give you a few updates and also present some valuable information, hopefully for you, on being successful in a visa interview. And so we'll talk about those situations, and then or the visa interview specifically. And then at the end, Taylor or I will stay on and answer more specific admission questions you may have, maybe specific to your case or your situation. And or we can, if we run out of time, we'll schedule a side meeting with you as well. So yeah, we're here to serve and to try to do our best to take care of your needs, and to not just with admission, but all the way through the process, through the visa process. As we know, it's a challenging environment, for the visa. So first of all, I just wanted to kind of get a sense from where everyone is from. So I don't want everybody obviously introduce themselves, 150 people on this call, but if you're from, and this is no particular order of importance, but If you're from Ghana today, raise your hand. Raise your hand. Do your little hand raise there. If you're from Ghana, you can clap or raise your hand. Very cool. Very cool. We have getting up to 25, 27, over 30 from Ghana. Very cool. Very cool. All right. If you're from if you're from India, go ahead and raise your hand or clap. If you're from India, raise your hand or clap. Got some more students there. About 30 coming on there. Okay, welcome. Namaste, guys. Nice to meet you. From Kenya. Let's see our Kenyans there. Very cool, very cool. All right. Other countries. Let's see. We have
from Italy.
Italy. If you want to put it in the chat from other countries, put your name of your country. The Netherlands. Awesome. Iceland. Bangladesh, Cameroon, Nepal, Portugal, Sweden. Shout out Serbia, Chile, Uganda, Ecuador, Tunisia, Germany, Sierra Leone, Bangladesh, Vietnam. Very awesome. Very cool. Ethiopia. All right. So as we can see, Canada, there you go. So as you can see, Park's a really diverse population of students. We have students here from over 70 nations, 500 international students from over 500, actually about 570 international students from 70 nations currently. As we get started, I wanted to give Taylor a chance to kind of give her perspective. She had a chance to go and visit an actual embassy and visit a visa officer who trains visa officers in an embassy. And so I'm just going to give her a few minutes just to talk through maybe some of the things she learned about what it takes to get the visa. So I'll hand it over to Taylor and she can just go through that a little bit.
Yeah. Well, hello, everyone. Thank you for being here again. So I had a chance to meet with a visa officer, and he just gave us some kind of tips on, what they're looking for when you're doing an interview. So, one thing he kept saying was they're looking for a bona fide student. So someone who is genuine and real, and they want to be able to see that genuineness and that realness in your answers to the questions that they ask you. So another thing was that they also, for example, if you're a grad student, they want to be able to see that you are using the skills and the skills like conciseness and being detailed in your answers, because those are the skills that you have to use when you write a paper as a grad student. So he also mentioned, just making sure that you're using those skills that you have to use in grad school. If you can't explain, who your financial supporter is, if you just say it's my mom, and you don't give them more detail and explain okay, what does she do? What's the company that she owns? What's the name of the company? All those details, and giving them really solid background info to that answer, then, it'll be hard if you don't show them that. They'll just think, okay, well, they don't know much about their financial sponsor. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Then specifically with a financial sponsor, a lot of times he said, a lot of times we hear it's my uncle or it's my aunt or whoever. and people just say that. So they want to hear, okay, is it your maternal uncle? Is it your paternal uncle? And again, those details, like, what does he do? Or, you know, even sometimes like, how much money do they make each month? What's the name of the company? So really honing in on those details and making sure that you convince them that you know these answers, you know all the information where the money is coming from. So finances is probably like 80% of the interview. So making sure that you know all that info about your financial sponsor is really helpful. With the I-20s, if you guys want to go ahead and put a deposit down, you can do that, and then we can actually reflect that in the I-20 in the remarks section. So sometimes that's helpful just to show that you have made that initiative to already pay some of the payment, some of tuition, and so you know, if you guys want to request that, then we can put that on I-20, and that can be helpful for them to see. And then another thing, always with your answers. So for example, if they ask you why this program, why the ISBA program, or why the MBA program, it's really important to try to tie that back to your home country. So, you know, if I were to say, I want to study the ISBA program because my current job and my current company really struggles in this area, we don't have someone who can really take the main role of, you know, doing the analysis part of the company. And so my company is looking for someone to take over that position. So therefore, if I learn this and then I come back to my company, I can, you know, take over, like take a promotion or something like that. So always just trying to tie your answers back to your hometown or to your home country. So that's really important to think of. And then even other ways to tie your answers back is like, are you married, or do you have family back home? Do you have children back home? Or, you know, do you have a family company that you're going to take over eventually? Things like that. So just try to think of all the ways that you can explain those ties back home. So I would say that's the biggest thing. We talked about financials a lot. Financials is the biggest thing. We talked about that a lot. So making sure that you just know all those details. And, you know, something that I noticed students have succeeded in is if they, you know, they want to see that you can own the interview. And so if you go in there kind of, you know, hesitant and like a little scared and unsure, then, you know, then it'll be harder for them to see that confidence and, you know, you owning that interview. So the other point last point I'll say is you can, you know, if you have financial, if you have a financial, okay, so for your finances, sorry, for finances, if let's say it's a very like specific story and you have a lot of background info that you need to tell them to explain why it's this person or something like that. You can always, you know, kind of throw them off and like surprise them and be like, in this, like if they ask you, who's your financial supporter? You can say, hey, can I actually explain myself in this section real quick and ask them for that time so they can actually give you that time. Because I know sometimes they can cut you off. So you can even surprise them and try saying like, hey, can I explain myself in this part? Just so that you can really give them those detailed answers. So hopefully that all makes sense. Sorry, it was a little messy, but if you guys have questions about that later, you know, we can always set up a meeting or something too. But yeah.
Thank you.
Great, thanks, Taylor. I'm going to share my screen here real quick and just share, let's see, a little bit about the visa interview. Okay. Taylor, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Okay. So just to take you through some of these, I'll send this out. I'll attach it to the meeting invitation so you can have it. But as Taylor was saying, you know, the visa officer really needs to be convinced that you're going to be a bona fide student. What that means is that you're going to have the academic success in the United States. So you have the focus and the specific reasoning to be a student in the United States. Okay. And then obviously we talked at length about finances, that you could financially afford your studies. But I've generally counseled students to have, in addition to the right source, and as Taylor said, it really needs to try to be a parent or brother, sister, aunts and uncles can be challenging, all right, when it comes to the visa source. The other thing is that I would recommend you have at least double the amount in your bank account that you have on the I-20. So for the I-20, if you proved, you know, 20,000 US or 23,000 US, I highly recommend you to try to prove double that in your bank account. So 50,000 equivalent in your currency. Okay. So those are some of the things that I would, you know, recommend from that standpoint.
And it's not sharing the document that I think it needs to see though. It shows your screen, just not the document.
Is it showing it now or?
No.
Let me see. Try something else here.
Stop the sharing. Can you reshare again? Hey, some of you have.
Let's try.
Yeah, it's that we can see it now.
What I'm looking for. Okay. Let's try. Keep getting the wrong screen. One moment, please. What happens when you have too many screens open?
One thing,
go ahead
while Kevin's working on that. One thing I did think of specifically when it comes to like aunt and uncle, one main thing that they mentioned was, you know, why should your aunt and uncle, why should they take all this money and give it to you to afford you going to school? So they might ask, like, do your aunt and uncle have children? How old are they? Things like that. And they're looking to see, like, okay, is this aunt and uncle actually going to be able to support you in the US studying when they have children who are also potentially going to be going to university soon? So those are things to think through too. They just want to be able to see that, like, that money that you say you're showing is going to, you're going to be able to depend on that. So a good thing to think about too.
Yeah, and it's helpful to have it for over the long term, not just something where you've dumped the money into the bank account, but it's actually something where, you've had it in the bank account for some period of time. Can you guys see my screen now?
No,
but now it's not
we
there.
can't see your screen, Kevin.
Yeah, we see your screen.
I can't see.
Can you see it, Taylor? The visa tips or not?
No, it's just on your home screen again.
How about that? How about now?
There we go. Yes.
Okay. Go with that. All right. So gives very specific answers. Again, the credibility is very important. They want to know you're not lying. If you give very general answers, they will deny you the visa. You need to be able to give specific answers to the visa officer. Look them in the eyes. It's important for American custom. So if you look them in the eye, if you look them in the eyes, they're going to be impressed by that, because that's not necessarily the custom in your culture with the visa officer. So, yeah, if you're going for a bachelor's degree and you've been out of school a long period of time, explain why, and explain your gap in studies. That's really important. You really need to convince them also, like if you've been doing a different major. So like, let's say that you did, I don't know, a degree in business, or a degree in, let's say you did a degree in business and now you want to study information systems. Like why are you changing? Like what's the difference? What's driving you to this major? So know specifically about the major. I cannot stress this enough, because I'm seeing some of the statements of purpose and for some of the graduate programs, and they need to be specific to the major at Park. Very short. So as Taylor said, own the interview, take control of the interview, pretend that you're at the job interview. It's basically a job interview, essentially, is you're the best candidate for the visa. You need to convince them that you're the best candidate for the visa. Talked about sponsorship already. You need to explain what they do for a living. Specifically, they need to know that you're going to have specific income for the duration of your studies. Be friendly. You have to know that these visa officers, a lot of them are new professionals. A lot of them have not the entry level position for them. So you need to be aware of that. And then just bring the right documents with you. Prove it. Prove, bring your documentation. If you have reference from your company, your finances, and you can look at the recommended documents there as well. And then before the interview, go to Education USA. Each embassy is connected usually with Education USA. They provide resources to help students understand how to study in the United States. So that's important to note, and go to that resource and utilize that resource online. And they also do, interview workshops or different workshops on how to study in the United States. But the mere fact that you've done that research will impress the visa officer if you mention Education USA. Okay, why students choose Park? So the first question they're going to ask you is why Park, right? Everybody asks why Park. And I break it down into 4 main reasons, okay? So the first reason is diversity and personal attention, all right? So we have about generally 15 to 20, no more than 30 students per class from 70 countries. And you receive personal attention from your professors, okay? It's a private school, so the classes are smaller than the large publics. And we have over 500 international students from 70 nations. So you can just talk about that and how that's attractive to you, that Park experience. So we've been hosting international students for many, many, many years. Institution was founded in 1875. So we're coming up on 150 years as an institution. It's a private, independent school. We're not affiliated with any religious organization, but we were founded by the Presbyterian Church. or as Presbyterian school, but right now we're an independent private school. Okay. So know about Park, know about who we are. We have around 10,000 students nationwide, but here in the Parkville location, we have about 1,500 that attend this location here at the historic Parkville campus. So that's one thing. Okay. So the other thing is the location. A lot of students appreciate being here in the heart of the United States and in the Kansas City area. So we have a small, safe environment, but yet we are located just north of Kansas City. And so you get to experience kind of a lower cost of living here than in other parts of the United States. If you talk about the cost of living, that's very impressive because everyone in the United States knows that it's more expensive to live in California or New York than it is to live in the middle, so to speak, in the Midwest. All right. So cost of living, but access to a city that's growing. We have hosting the World Cup here coming up. It will be in Kansas City. So we have a new airport that just got renovated. So the good things are happening here, career opportunities. So you can talk about that. Affordability is fine to talk about. We're ranked one of the top private universities in terms of cost, in terms of cost effectiveness. And then obviously, as I said, we've welcomed students for over 100 years. We have a very safe, beautiful environment. If you've seen some of the pictures of our campus. So those are some of the main reasons why, students choose Park University. And I'll share this document and so you can have access to that. But yeah, so the other thing is I wanted to go onto our website and search international scholarships. It will pop up and you can apply there. You don't have to be admitted yet to apply, but you can apply there with an essay, 500-word essay in the application itself, and it's evaluated based on the essay and your grade point average. But you do have to be admitted to be considered for the scholarship, but you don't have to be admitted yet to apply. So if you're still in process, with the application, like you haven't been admitted yet, you can still apply for that. So I want to encourage you guys to do that. So we have a good applicant pool to be considered for the scholarship. The scholarship for undergraduate students pays for $2,500 per semester. Tuition and fees are that's about a third of the tuition and fees for the semester. At the graduate level, it pays for about $1,700 per semester, and that will account for again about 40% of the tuition cost if you only take 2 classes. Most students, they have, for the graduate level, for the undergrads, we have 16-week classes. For the graduate level, we have 8-week classes. Okay, so every student is required to take at least 1 class every 8 weeks. And you can take more after the first 8-week session. If you are successful in that first 8-week session and you want to do we call that the fast track. If you want to double up, you can. So, we have pathways for you to do that. The major graduate programs here: information systems, business analytics, MBA, and then we have a master's in communication and leadership. And those are the main graduate programs that we offer here. So we don't offer Masters of Education in Leadership for internationals, and we don't offer some of the other programs face-to-face. For those, if you're interested in healthcare, you can add a certificate onto the MBA. It's a graduate certificate in healthcare services and leadership. So that is possible as well. If you're still in the application process, we'll get into those questions here in a moment. But I wanted to do at least one mock interview just to give you guys a sense, and I'll let Taylor be the visa interviewer. And I wanted to do one mock interview, and then we'll open it up for admission questions and questions you may have generally. But I would like, does anyone want to volunteer to do a mock interview with Taylor right now, on the spot?
Yeah, here.
Okay, what's your name?
Go for it.
Bonny.
I think we had the madam first. What's your name?
Bonny.
What's your
Go for it.
Okay, well, whoever wants to do it, put it in the chat. They want to do the visa interview. First one in the chat. Okay, VJ was the first one. All right. VJ, everyone else mute. VJ, you could unmute.
Yeah.
Okay, go take it away, Taylor.
All right. Okay. So VJ, why do you want to study at Park? Can you hear me?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So why do you want to study at Park?
So Park University has different international students from different countries. So there are very less students in the class. So it is good to have the intensive care on the students. That's why I was looking for Park University.
Okay, good. What program and why this program? So what program will you be studying and why?
Yeah, I was looking for MBA. So as I'm a working professional, I need some business perspective on. So I need MBA and MBA degrees. So I wanted to do this course, and my company has recommended me to do the masters, the MBA actually. So that's why I'm applying for the masters.
Okay. Who is your financial supporter?
So my father is paying for my course fee, and he's an employee, a government employee in India. So he's paying for my tuition fee.
Okay. Okay. Have you traveled out of India before?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Actually, I wanted to, but I guess this is the time. This is the chance where I get to go out of India.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So just some feedback for you for the first question. Why Park? It's great that you mentioned. It's great that you mentioned. Park has the small class sizes. You're listening to some of the tips that we gave you guys. I think it could also be helpful to mention, you're choosing Park, why you're choosing Park, because of the program that you're choosing too. You can even include that in there because these officers also want to see that you're solely coming to study, like that's your main job. So, if Park's ISBA program has really stood out to you and you've heard great things, explain your personal experiences of how you've heard that Park's program is really good too. That might kind of overlap with the actual question of why this program too. So that can go into your MBA answer of, if you've heard your friends attend here, and the MBA program is awesome because the professors give you that personalized attention, and you get, not only theoretical but practical as well. Can be things to mention. So definitely draw on your personal experiences too with those answers. And then why you mentioned your company recommended you to, go study, get these skills. But why? Are they offering you a promotion if you, study these things, or something else? So always think to that why, because that still can sound a little general. So just include the why as well. But yeah, Kevin, do you have any feedback for him?
Yeah, and I think I agree with everything was said. I just think make sure you're being a little bit, just being more specific and persuasive in terms of like why you want to do the program itself, because bring the program up. One mistake I see students sometimes make is they very general at first, right? Why park the program? You need to bring the program into the conversation right away, because really the reason why you're coming here is because of the program. Okay, so when you talk about why park and the small classes and environment, it's great, but you need to talk about also as part of that why park answer, why you want this specific program of study. Because that's going to set you apart from the other applicants, maybe in terms of like the reasoning why you want to come.
Yeah, I'll work on that.
Great.
Thanks for the feedback.
Perfect. Okay. Let's do one more, and then we'll
I'd like to go nurse.
Okay, well, let me go off of. I'm going to go off of the chat because when I ask people, so we can set up something later for everybody. I'm not going to do everybody. But Martha was the next one I see on the chat that said she wanted the interview. So, Martha, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, great, Martha. So I guess I'll take this one. Why do you want to study at Park?
I would want to study at Park because it's a university that has security in general. It has a great location where someone can explore the US, and it has an affordable education platform you can afford in any way. There are great job opportunities for students in the university at Park. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you want to study, and what are you going to do with your degree?
Nursing. I choose nursing.
Okay. So what do you want to do with what's your plan?
At first, it's my wish to study nursing because it's a profession that I love most, and it's passion, and I like serving people, giving back the service to the people in my country or everywhere. Yeah.
Okay. Who's sponsoring you?
My cousin is my sponsor.
Okay. What do they do for job?
He is a software engineer in the US.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where does he live? What city?
Texas, in Dallas.
Okay. Have you ever traveled outside your country before?
No, but I would wish to. I hope this will be my first chance if I'll be given it. Yeah.
And when did you graduate from high school?
2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have you been working in healthcare since then, or?
Yeah, I'm in a medical course called medical engineer.
Okay.
Bring in my country. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. All right. Thanks, Martha. So, my feedback for you would be, you have to make sure, again, right from the start, the nursing is can be a challenge because there's a lot of jobs for nurses here in America. So people automatically, at the visa officer, they think that you're going to go to work, not to study. It's kind of the mentality they may have. So you need to prove to them why you're going to come back. Okay. and why you're going to not just maybe immigrate to the US, but why you're actually going to study what you're going to study, your passion for the profession, and why you want this specifically. The cousin, it's a tough thing, but I do believe that actually, we found that if you have a sponsor in the US, it actually can be a positive thing because it's kind of seen as a reliable form of sponsorship. The other thing I've seen for Ghana specifically, but other countries it applies to, especially in Africa, is that applicants are having more success outside their country at the visa than inside their country. So we have a lot of students from Ghana going to Cote d'Ivoire or Sierra Leone or even South Africa to have the visa interview. And they're finding more success in those countries. I think it's because the visa officers are there. Sometimes they're more open because you're kind of different than what they see normally in terms of somebody from that specific country. And if you've taken initiative and navigated the process to sign up for a visa appointment in that country, then you're more likely to be successful in the United States because you've had the resources and ability to travel there and been able to navigate that process. So that's kind of what we're seeing right now. In addition, of course, the backlog, of appointments is, kind of driving that too, as the reason why students are going outside their country for the visa appointment. But it is something we're seeing quite a bit. So, yeah, and I think that's what I had to say. Taylor, did you have anything to add before we get to some questions?
Yeah, no, I think you kind of hit on most of the things, specifically for the person who just did the last interview, Martha. And again, Kevin already mentioned this, but just make sure to give specifics and showing your research. So when you said park is affordable, how is it affordable? So, even you can look at some of the other schools around the Kansas area or Missouri area, and you can look at their tuition prices. And then, if you show them in your interview that, there's KU where their tuition is about, I don't know, 16,000 or something. And then you look at Parks and it's 15,500 for undergrad. And it's a flat rate. So that means you could potentially be done in 3 years. If you show them that you've compared other schools, especially with tuition, when you're talking about affordability, that just shows that you've done your research. That it's going to be more affordable than other schools. So just another thing to think about. Find those specific details to talk about too.
Yeah, you really need to, I really can't emphasize that enough. Do your research, it'll come through, and if you're confident, you go in there, practice with a friend. If you know what you're talking about in terms of park, that'll be very impressive because a lot of students, they don't know they don't know a lot about the school, and someone else did the research for them. Maybe an agent or a parent or somebody did all the research and they don't know anything about the school, or they don't know anything about about the degree program, what classes they're going to take. All that information is available to you. You just have to, you have to take advantage of it and do the research. So Yeah, I can't emphasize that enough. So right now I'm going to ask if you could put questions in the chat. Now, I don't want necessarily, if you have a question specific to your application, I think we'll save that for the end, or I don't know, Taylor, how you want to handle those, but if you have something specifically, generally that's not specific to your specific application, if you could put that in the chat, we'll try to address some questions here. I think we had a question about going to the embassy. We visited the U.S. Embassy in Kenya. Taylor, I don't think you were able to connect with the embassy in Ghana specifically, were you?
No, we were not. Just Education USA there, but yeah, not the embassy.
However, we do know some personnel that may be coming on there in the embassy in Ghana, so we'll continue to work on that. Good question is, how many units per semester for MBA classes? I think that's directed. Go ahead, Taylor.
Sorry, I was typing. What's the question, sorry?
So, well, I'll take this one first anyways. So scholarship, as I just said, you can go ahead and apply on our website for the International Student Scholarship. That covers up to about 1/3 of the tuition costs.
Okay.
And then,
okay.
We have another question for the MBA classes. So there's, so for basically the question was, how many credits are the MBA classes? So in the US, every class is 3 credits, almost 99% of the time, they're 3 credits. So the MBA is 36 credit hours. So that means there's 12 courses as part of the MBA. That can be completed in up to 3 years, and we'll get that, application changed over. I would emphasize the fact that please, if you are wanting to study a certain topic, a certain major, please let us know if you want to change the major before you come to the United States. Okay? Before you come to the United States. A lot of times we're having students come here and they want, let's say they got a visa for MBA, now they want ISBA, and they show up here and they want ISBA. Don't do that. Tell us if you want a different major before you come. Because if you just come in, we planned the classes for certain numbers of people, for certain, they have the faculty set in place. So there's no guarantee that you'll be able to switch majors when you get here. In fact, most of the time you cannot switch majors when you get here. Okay, so you need to switch the major before you come. Taylor, you want to take a few you're seeing on there?
Yeah, so there's one that says, is there a problem if you're self-funded? No, not at all. I think that is a very strong case if you are totally supporting yourself financially to study over here. So I think, that shows it's dependable. It's your own hard work that you've put into studying and supporting yourself. So, yeah. And so there's another question. Do you accept bank statements in any currency or in US? It's very helpful if it's in USD. Not necessary, but if you can have the bank statement shown in USD, that is very helpful. It makes the process just a little quicker. So let's see.
There was another question about ISBA units. So yeah, the credit hours for ISBA work similar to MBA in terms of the length of programs, 36 hours. And that means there's 12 courses as part of the program, and you can find those courses on the website under that program. So yeah, once again, you can do, some students take the long track, 3 years, or they can do fast track, which is 18 months to 2 years. All international students, by the way, have to buy insurance here. Just as a caveat, just as so you're aware of. I mean, we have actually mandated insurance that all international students need. And it's about $800 for every 6 months. So we have those things posted, but sometimes students aren't aware of that. So something to be aware of as you kind of transition. The fees are also located on our website. So again, we'll make that known to you in terms of the fees, but every class, as an example for graduate students, every credit hour is for next fall will be $695 per credit. Every class is 3 credits. So each class is about $2,100 per class. Okay. Multiply that times your 12 classes, and that's how much the program will cost in tuition. And then you also have fees, insurance, cost of living, and those types of things.
Hello, Kevin. Please, I have a question. Can I ask?
Sure. Go ahead.
All right, sure. I was refused the visa. That was spring intake 2. The spring intake 2. I'm in China. I'm from Ghana. And I applied. I was refused. And I found out that it's because of my bank statement. I don't have enough in my father's bank statement as stated. So I'm deferring the cost. Now I wanted to use my mother's bank statement. So I've changed my affidavit of support. So I don't know if that is okay to get another I-20 to reapply.
Yes. I mean, I think that's in terms of the change. Yeah, I mean, that would be a reason why to go for another visa interview, because you have a change in sponsor. In terms of, as I said before, the amount in the bank statement, I always recommend you prove about at least double the amount on the I-20.
Yeah, it wasn't double. It was just I think the I-20 was 20,000 more, 27. And in the bank statement, I have like 40,000.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. So I was refused. So I wanted my mother's bank statement is enough. It has more than that. So this time around, I wanted to defer and use my mother's bank statement rather. What do you think?
I mean, if your mother is more financially stable and can prove more money and has a better steady income, then yeah.
Oh, all right.
Okay. Kelvin, I have a question.
Already deferred.
All right.
I've already deferred the course, and I've sent the application to the school, the deferral link. I've uploaded the new bank statement and everything. So I'm waiting for the I-20 to reapply.
Sounds good.
Okay, Kevin, please, I have a question.
Okay.
Please, I went for the interview and I was refused the visa. The visa officer asked me only one question. He asked me, how are you going to pay? And I answered through sponsorship, and my sponsor is my sister. But he refused me the visa immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can clarify things for me.
So it depends on the situation. How much did you prove, and what does your sponsor do for a living?
He only asked me that question and he refused me the visa. I didn't do anything again.
Okay.
He did not take any document from me, and that was all.
So, I mean, it depends on the situation. I mean, how much was in the bank statement, and And also, like, if there could be, so it also depends on, they could use, it could be another factor at play as well. And they, they use the visa kind of that sponsorship as a reason to deny. So without knowing the specifics of your case, it would be hard to, to kind of tell exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Kevin, I have a question. Yeah, I wanted to know when your scholarship results will be released, because I know you have a boost with the interview if you are being sponsored by the school too. So I wanted to know when the scholarships will be released.
Sorry, Kevin, you're muted.
Deadline is April 1st to apply, so they're released in April.
Okay, so right in April we could start getting results, or
Yeah, I hope to have all the scholarships released by the second week, by April 15th.
Okay. Thank you.
Wait, real quick before we get to our next person to kind of talk or kind of ask the question, let's go ahead and address some of the questions people typed in. Taylor, you got any there that you want to address?
Hello, Kelvin.
I think you're on. I put you on mute.
Okay. So does Park University require the bank statement, or is it only required during the visa interview? Park does require the bank statement. We need to see at least a year's worth of funds, but if you can prove more, Kevin said, double that is even more helpful. So Park requires the bank statement as well. It is helpful to take the bank statement to the visa interview. I would definitely recommend it, because if they want to see that you can prove those funds, then you'll want to show it.
Come on.
Hello, Kevin, I have a question.
If I'm going to live outside the campus, is this something that I have to say before arriving or once I'm in the US? So for the visa interview,
May I ask a question?
So you'll need to, hold on, sorry, let me mute. So for the visa interview, if you're going, it could be very helpful to know where you're going to live. Are you going to live on campus? Are you going to live off campus? So make sure, again, it just goes back to do your research. Plan out all the things that you have to figure out before you come to the US. If you don't know where you're going to live when you arrive here, you need to have that figured out before. So check our housing website if you want to live on campus. There's the rates on there. You can apply for the application. You can do the application there online. We have some recommendations if you want to live off campus, so we can give those to you as well.
I have a question. Can I ask?
I have a question.
Okay, Sudipta, yes.
Right. Mainly, I already completed my online application, and already I see my application portal when I can log in, and there have some checklist like upload the CV, color passports, but I don't see any upload area on the application area. So how can I upload it?
So whenever someone is applying, there's actually no way to upload all of those documents in the application. So everyone can just email them to international@park.edu, and then we will take care of them from there.
Okay, already I uploaded, so I completed my application, right?
You already emailed all your documents?
Yeah, I already.
Yes. Yep. So then you'll just be waiting on us. So
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
I have a question.
Have a question?
Yes, I have a question.
Okay, Quadwell, and then depending on time, we'll see how many more we can do. Quadwell?
Okay. I used my sponsor's bank statement when I was getting the I-20. So the I-20 only shows an amount that the funds are coming from my sponsor. But before I go for the visa interview, I also have some funds that I would want to add up. So do I need to get a new I-20 before going for the interview? Or I can use the one I have, which shows the funds from only my sponsor?
So you said you have a sponsor, but you're wanting to show some of your personal funds. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you ever want to, have some of your personal funds on the I-20 as well, just send us that bank statement in your own name,
Okay.
and then in your email, just let us know, hey, I'd love for some of my personal funds to be shown on the I-20, and we can do that for you. So just give us the specifics, and we can reflect on the I-20.
Yeah, hello. I got a question.
Hello.
All right.
Hello.
Okay, we'll do one more, and then depending on time, So Fatima.
Yeah, please, I have a question. I want to know when the admissions will be ready. I'm a postgraduate student.
Okay. Applied for fall.
Yeah, I've submitted all the documents. So I want to know when the admissions will be ready.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we do admission on a rolling basis. So we're chugging away at all the applications. There are a lot. So, as we keep working on each one, we'll be sending the admission out. So if you want an update specifically on yours, you can email me at taylor.billings at parks.edu. We'll be able to give you an update.
Yeah, I just wanted to also add that the tuition deposit. So right now, the way we structure things is once you're admitted to Park, in order to enroll in the class, we require $2,000 tuition deposit. And we will send out an email that says how to do that. And that's very helpful for the visa officer as well for the visa interview. It's optional for the visa interview, but we do require it for enrollment. So, and when we're going to require it, the deadline will be in the summer before you arrive here. So we require the students to pay the tuition deposit so we can enroll you in the class before you even arrive. So we know how many students we have, and then everything is smooth for you as well once you come. So yeah, that keep checking your email. Checking your email on that if you're so that way you can get the tuition deposit.
Kevin, I have a question on what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you said we'll pay before we arrive, right? So my interview is in June, and that will probably be before I pay, right?
You can, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if I pay, would you give me like something in a receipt form so that I can...
It's an automated receipt, so there's something that says paid, and it has the it'll be sent to you saying you paid the amount. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that I can take that I've already made. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So you can take that to visa interview, and then also you if you don't get the visa and you need it to be refunded, it's fully refundable. So we refund the whole thing. If you want to pay,
I would like to ask one more quick question, maybe.
If you want to pay more than $2,000, you're also welcome to do that the same way. So I had a student one time, he wanted to pay the full $20,000 because that's the cost of the program roughly, or $23,000. If you want to do that, you can do that as well, the same method, okay? Through the wire transfer or the If we use Flywire, it's a verified way to transfer money, and then or you can use a debit credit card.
Yeah, I would like to add this to it. Like when you have been denied a visa and you want a deposit, right? Getting it from a Flywire becomes very cumbersome. The process you have to go through is too much. The stress is too. It took about a month and a half, to be able to receive all my funds, and I think it's stressful for me.
Okay. So, we do have a way to do a regular wire transfer as well. It's not as secured as Flywire. So from our end, but we do have a way to do it. So I can post.
Is it
post
interview
that as well.
It's teaching people how to.
Yeah.
Sorry for interrupting you. Can I ask a quick question for athletes? Because I know there is a lot of athletes, I think, in this call too. So my question is, is there any difference if we have signed a contract with Park University's team, and when we go for interview for a visa, is there some difference, if we are an athlete and we already have a signed contract with the team?
Well, I think you're referring to a scholarship contract or scholarship agreement. Yeah, so you should take that scholarship agreement to your visa interview.
Okay.
And even if you have when I award the academic scholarships in a little bit here, you should also take that to the visa interview, that award letter.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so is it compulsory to pay the tuition fee before you get to the campus?
$2,000.
So is it compulsory to pay before you get there?
Yes.
All right. Yes,
hey, Mr. Kevin, just a quick question. Yeah, I want to know when these applications open up for fall. I'm currently a student, but a younger brother of mine wants to be in for fall.
When's the application deadline?
When is application open up for fall? Because I checked, it's not opening.
Okay, should be open now for fall. Yeah, it should be. We've had a lot of students apply. So maybe there was situation with the application, but it should work for fall. Yeah.
Okay. Because I tried, he tried doing his application forward, but the app was having some malfunction, so I thought it's closed. So that's why I decided to ask.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it should be working.
Sorry, so April 1st is the deadline for the fall or for when?
Yeah, so April 1st is the scholarship deadline. And for the scholarship application, it is also the early deadline for applications for the fall. So you really need to apply now if you're trying for the fall. May 1st is the final deadline for the fall, but even that's going to be late for your visa interviews and other arrangements you need to make. So yeah, April 1st early deadline, May 1st final deadline.
Okay, so for the scholarship deadline, is it a different application than the regular application, or is it different?
Yes, it's a different application. One moment. I'll post the link right now to that.
Please.
Hello. Hello, Kelvin. Can I ask something about my application?
Yes. Taylor, specific questions on applications. How do you want to handle those?
Yeah. If you guys can all email me, I've put my email in the chat. But if you have specific, you're just wanting an update, please just email me and I will be able to let you know an update. So again, it's Taylor, TAYLOR .billings, BILLINGS @park.edu. And I put it in the chat too. So, yeah.
Okay. Let me see. So you need to first get your I-20 before you apply for your visa. But yes, you can apply for your visa anytime now for the fall.
I have the question.
Sure.
If I not found the visa interview in time of classes, what is the process to do?
So you would have to, at that point, if you cannot secure the visa interview, you'll have a deferral, and we'll send you a form at that point. Towards the end of the summer, we'll send out a deferral form to defer your application to another intake. And so, you know, but we encourage you to try to get the appointment for the fall to start, and then if it doesn't work out, then you can defer your admission or your application.
Hello, Kevin. I have questions.
Okay, go ahead.
So Kevin.
Oh.
So if I'm a student and I have a full scholarship, is it likely I'll also be denied a visa?
You mean are you an athlete? You have a full athletic scholarship?
No, what I'm asking is maybe the school give you a full scholarship. Is it likely you can't be denied a visa?
Correct. I mean, it's pretty unlikely at that point if that's the case. But we don't offer that. We don't offer full scholarships.
Taylor.
Yeah, hello, Kelvin. Can I ask something about?
Yeah, you give us tips about graduate students. What is the officers are looking at?
Hello, Kelvin.
So I was asking for undergraduate students. What have
If you could put your question in the chat, that would be helpful.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, everyone's talking, you know, at one time. So.
Kevin.
So we don't offer Masters of Education for international students. So, you know, email us at international@park.edu. There's only, you know, a few programs, ISBA, which is Information Systems and Business Analytics, MBA, and Master of Communication and Leadership. So we can change your program for you if you've applied. Just let us know what you want to change it to.
Just to add on to that, I think, I can't remember if getting old, I can't remember things sometimes, but ISBA, Information Systems, now is requiring that, so the process, to give you guys an idea, like the students, they're required to have a stats class, a bachelor's degree stats class for admission, as well as equivalent 3.0 GPA, the CV, and the statement of purpose. So those are all required for ISBA, and in fact, the CV and the statement of purpose are required for all the graduate programs. A word of advice, please, on the statement of purposes. Please write the statement of purposes on your own without any outside resources or sources. Okay, statement of purposes are meant to be one page. It's meant to be your story about why you want to study this degree program, and you know, if you didn't do well academically, if you did less than your potential academically, you need to explain that in your statement of purpose. But it needs to give a brief background of what got you to this point, what's driving you to study that program. Okay, but if you don't use quotations, you know, and don't, you know, any quotation would need to be cited from an outside source, but I would just advise, don't use quotations. It needs to be in your own words. And you know, that's basically what a statement of purpose is. It's your purpose, not someone else's. So, you know, that is important to note. We're seeing sometimes students, they submit generic statements of purpose from other websites, other students, you know, and that's an automatic denial. If you submit something that's taken from somewhere else, and we do have resources and this professor does check that. So you need to be aware that's an automatic denial. So yeah, let's make that point.
Okay, come in.
I have a question.
Okay, if you could go ahead and put in the chat, that'd be great.
Hello, Kevin. I have a question, and it's like my application, I don't have my student ID.
So that's a good question. So yeah, if you don't have your student ID, you should have gotten a student ID when you applied. And if you have a submitted application, you should have an email with the student ID number. If you don't, if you've applied, you can contact our help desk. And here's the email.
Yeah, I contacted them. They gave me a ticket number, about 7 digits number.
Okay.
And I don't know what to use it for. I don't know.
Yeah, that means that they're working on it. And if you want to, you could follow up with that ticket and say, have you guys resolved this with my ID yet?
I've emailed them several times, but no response. Like they keep sending me referencing the information I emailed them, and they are saying they are still working on it. But I need to upload my transcript, my SOP, and my CV and other documents.
Okay. We just want to send it to international@park.edu.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, and we should have that on file if the application's completed. If not, we'll let you know that.
Hello, Kevin.
Hello, Kevin. Please, I have a question.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Kevin. Yeah. I want to know, for those of us who have gotten our I-20s already, and then we intend applying for the scholarship, how does this work out? Like, are we going to be issued a new I-20?
Yeah, if you do get the scholarship, you will be awarded a new I-20.
Okay.
Kevin, I have a question.
May I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Please, Calvin, I want to know, what is the tuition deposit for master's student?
$2,000 for everyone.
Okay, that's fine. Very cool.
Is it a must for tuition deposit?
Yeah, tuition deposits $2,000 for everyone.
Okay, prior to this.
For everyone, doesn't mean undergraduate is part of for masters.
Yeah, so it's $2,000 for everybody. Masters, bachelors, that's for everybody.
I wanted to know if you have to pay before your I-20 is issued to you, the tuition deposit.
No, you do not, but you need to pay before you arrive. You have to pay by the deadline, which will be in the summer. Most likely it'll be July 1st. You have to pay the deposit by that point.
Okay. Was it after the visa or before that?
It can be after or before, depending on when your visa appointment is. But keep in mind that even if it's after, we do a refund if you're denied the visa.
I have a question about the scholarship.
So, Calvin, my next question is, when I come to campus, will I get accommodation or
so
I have to rent on my own?
I think the Madame had a question about the scholarship. Could you go ahead before?
Yes, I have a scholarship. I have a question about the scholarship. What are the requirements besides the GPA requirement to get the international scholarship?
Yeah, it's based on your GPA and your essay. So, and basically the essay is by Park. The same thing we ask you the visa interview.
Okay, for the masters,
for the masters, the same thing. Yeah, the same thing.
Okay, so I do require over HP over 3 or 3.5.
So the scholarship, the requirement is 3.0 for both.
Okay.
For the minimum consideration.
Okay, Kevin. Okay. Please, I wanted to make this suggestion. You know, if you can talk to the American Embassy in Ghana, most of the times on Friday, they close very early. So they do things in a haste, and most of the times they deny visas. So I don't know if something can be done about that.
Okay. So, there's this perception that we maybe have a direct line to the visa interviewer, but that's not the case in most cases. We will do our best to continue to work with them, but they are independent of us. So we don't have a lot of control over what decisions they make. But and we did try to reach out to them when we visited Ghana, but we'll continue to try and to work with that. But some embassies are more responsive than others in that way. So we do work with Education USA in Ghana, which is like the education sector that educates on how to study in the United States. So we do work with them, but some embassies are more responsive than others when it comes to those, and they have a lot to do, and they're very, very busy as well. So we do our best on that.
Kelvin, could you please share
Thank you, Kevin, for the answer.
All right,
Kelvin, could you please share the document you displayed here with us?
Yes.
The document containing the concerning the interview. Could you please share it with us so we get it now?
Yes, I'm gonna post it in the meeting invite, so I attach it there. Okay, so everyone has it.
All right, that's fine. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Kevin, I have a question.
Okay.
So I'm asking, is the bank statement that I facilitated to be given the L20 still the one that I will use during my interview? That was my question. I'm in Kenya.
Okay, say one more time again.
I'm asking, is the bank statement that I issued, that I facilitated to be given L20, I-20, still the same bank statement that I'm going to give out when I'm doing my interview in July?
Yeah, good question. So it doesn't matter because the embassy, we don't upload bank statements for the embassy. Okay, we're looking at, it matters for us in terms of admission, but then in terms of the embassy, they're looking at the application on its own. Well, obviously the I-20, but the bank statement can be a different one. Yeah.
Yeah, Kelvin, let me help you with that. I've learned that with the visa interviews, when you're taking the statements, let's say I brought my bank statement for the I-20, it was in March, but I have an interview in June. I would have to request a new one because let's say there could be a probability that the funds are not in the account anymore. So it would be advisable to get a near the visa dates bank statement when going for the interview, because they can deny you on the basis that the funds is not in the account anymore. That's an advice from someone who just had his visa last week.
You mean based on the account that you put in your application for visa? Yeah. So it needs to be consistent. The application for the visa needs to be consistent with what you present. But the application for parks is a separate thing that is not part of the embassy's process.
Thank you for the answer.
Hi, Kevin.
Hello.
What's the requirement, or how do we apply for the athletic scholarship? The athlete scholarship.
So we have, you can go to our recruiting portal and upload your profile specifically for this for the athletes. So I'll post that specifically. But there's a so there's a specific process there to recruit athletes, and I'll post that.
Okay. And I have my I-20 already. And what if I get granted the scholarship after I have my visa? Because I'm going for my visa interview on the 11th in Europe, in Latvia.
Okay, that's okay. So
the scholarship will still stand even if
it doesn't impact your visa.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And you need at least that would just be fine.
And I have another question. I'm actually in a master studies in tourism and strategic management in Latvia, and I graduate in May. Yes, and I'll be going for a practice internship after graduation. So that's why I'm applying for the visa very early, like on the 11th.
Mm-hmm.
But in Latvia, there's like a date almost every day for student visa. So applying early, can applying early be a problem or?
No.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah. But the fact that I'm actually working on my master thesis and I will have to present on May 25th, is that going to be a problem? Because I graduate May 30th. Yeah.
It should not be, as long as you're admitted.
Okay. And do you think it's important to explain to them why I'm graduating and I'm having a master's certificate and I'm applying to another master's in the US?
As we've said before, you have to justify why. If it's a career difference or why the US, what kind of advantages are there to getting their degree here, and you just have to explain the reasoning behind that.
Okay. Because that would be two different masters.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Cousin, please. I'm already a student. I'm doing my master's, but my supervisor is not helping me, and because of that, I decided to stop and apply for another master's at Park. So when I'm sending my document, would there be the need to add some documents that I'm already doing a master's?
Kevin, let me take that.
Well, you mean like you're currently doing a master's somewhere else?
Yeah, I'm currently doing my master's, and my supervisor is not helping me complete my thesis, and I've lost interest in the program I'm doing. So I want to come to Park and do my master's there. And I'm saying that.
Are you currently in the United States?
No, currently I'm in Ghana.
Okay. So the most important thing for us is your bachelor's degree. You can submit all the transcripts you have, but the bachelor's degree transcripts are most important for the master's.
Okay.
Like the requirements of the bachelor's degree.
Okay, that's fine. But I realized they didn't require recommendation letter from any of my lecturers.
No, it's purpose statement and CV. CV is like a resume. Sometimes people call that a resume.
Okay, that's fine.
Hello, Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Kevin. Can I?
Go ahead.
Yeah, please. I want to get this being clear about the visa issues. Is it advisable to apply for the visa like somewhere like, let's say, April, before you go to school, maybe in August or September, or you have to be like 1 month before the school open before you apply? If you understand what I'm saying, like, can I apply for the visa like a 3-4 months ahead to the time school opens?
So what's your question?
Because I want to know that, and if in case I get an I-20 at this time, can I apply it like in April before school opens in somewhere September? Or I should wait till June or August before I can apply?
Hi, Kevin. If I understand him, he's trying to ask you, can he apply the visa like prior to his start date, like 2-3 months prior to his start date?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you can apply whole year before your start date now. They just recently changed that. So if your start date is, next March or so, you could apply now. If that correct me if I'm wrong, Kevin. But
no, you're right. That's
you
correct.
Apply a year before your start date.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it used to be 120 days.
Used to be.
Yeah.
They changed it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the athlete scholarship, is there a GPA requirement for that?
They look at your GPA just as much as they look at your athletic ability, is what I will say.
Okay. And I have a...
Hello?
Sure, go ahead.
Hi.
Hello.
Please, when I applied, I didn't get any ID.
That's okay. If you for some reason don't get that automated email with the ID number, just go ahead and send us your documents to international@park.edu.
I've already submitted everything, including the bank statement.
Okay, that's great. So we will get to it, but you should get an app ID number. So if for some reason you don't get an ID number, we're working on that. It might be some technical stuff that we have to fix. But if you ever, we can look you up via your name or app ID. Yeah.
Do I send my name to your email or Kelvin's?
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you can send it to me.
Okay.
And another great question I want to, someone just asked is how far in advance can you come to the United States once you have your visa? So the regulations state that you can come within 30 days of your program start date. So if your program start date for August will be August 7th, so you can come by July 8th or July 9th into the United States. Okay, 30 days before your program start date is when you can come into the United States.
Hello, Kevin. In general, how many days it will take, after the application submitted and all the required documents are sent?
So it depends on the program. I will tell you right now, ISBA is taking probably, like I said, it was, 6 to 8 weeks, depending sometimes there's some back and forth if we request some additional documentation from you. Other programs are like more 3 to 4 weeks. So that's kind of where we're at. Taylor, I don't know if you can give any other thoughts on that.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably accurate. We're trying to do our best in covering all of the applications. There is a very high volume of them, but yes, I would say ISBA, 6 to 8 weeks potentially. Hopefully sooner than that, but then BA, undergrad,
but it's been like more than 3 months.
Okay, well, just shoot me an email separately, and then I can check on that for you.
Yeah, I want to ask, can graduate students be athletes?
Yes, as long as you have eligibility, but you have to go through an eligibility clearance process.
Okay, that's like once I arrive.
It could be.
Okay.
Or if it could be after, if you're just going to like we call it walk on, like if you get here and you want to try out for the team, it's possible, but these are highly competitive teams, and almost 95% of them are recruited, students. So most of them are coming on directly from other, from directly. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I would like to play basketball for Park. Yeah.
Okay. Have you contacted the coach?
What?
Have you contacted anyone about it? Like the coach?
I don't have any contact. So if you could send me.
So I just posted the link to Recruit a Pirate. If you could fill out that recruitment form at that link, the first form, it'll provide information to them about you, and then they can reach out to you directly from the athletic.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello.
Okay, sir. I have a
I
question.
wanted to ask a question, please. Oh, okay, you can go.
Okay. Hello, can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to ask a question, and mine is like this. Is it possible for me to not to apply for my visa interview currently? Because I've not applied currently, but I'm supposed to resume by.
Yeah, I didn't get that one quite all the way.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, is it okay to apply for the visa a month before the start date? Is that appropriate?
If you can get a visa appointment, you will need to arrive on campus, by the start of classes. So it all depends on, when you can get the visa appointment. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, sir, I have a question.
Sure.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir. If visa officer asked me that, why USA? Why not Australia, Canada, or other country? So what will be the best answer for this question?
Okay. Well, what's your answer? What's your reason? Why did you choose it?
Because USA's teaching system is practical based and their research based education system, and USA has best universities all over the world, and USA's people are very familiar, and USA's universities teachers and every teachers are very qualityful and helpful, and USA's teaching system also lab based, and that's why I chose USA.
Great. Yeah, and also that should be your answer. I mean, you got summarize it a little bit more, but I would say, the teaching style, practicality, those are all important aspects. Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, you answered your own question.
Okay, thank you. So I have more questions. And if this officer asked me that, what is the planning of your accommodation? Then what is the best answer of this question?
Well, are you going to live on campus or off campus? What's your plan?
I planned, I want to manage university's dorm.
Okay.
Or university's hostel.
Okay. So
I have a question.
So basically that would be what you answer. You talk about how you're going to live in the university dorm, and you're going to live on campus. So you should know that there's 2 residence halls options on campus here. Just research some of the options on our website, and so you can just answer that way.
Yeah, Kevin. I also have a question.
Okay.
Okay. Kevin, please, I want to know if you've reached out to the U.S. Embassy in Cameroon, because I'm applying from Cameroon, and I don't know if they know anything about the Pike University.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we've had students from there before, but a lot of times the embassies are not familiar with all the schools. So, as someone said earlier, they're independent, agency, you could say. So, I've connected with folks from Cameroon before in terms of but there's thousands of US schools as well. So, they're going to look at your qualifications as an applicant more than the school itself. Okay. So you need to prepare well. You should be able to inform them about Park, about why you want to study at Park. Obviously, certain schools are more familiar to them than others, but at the end of the day, they're looking at you as an applicant and looking at there are various factors that we discussed.
Okay.
Please, I also have a question.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, my name is Patrick. Sorry, I just joined.
We're going to be recording the visa. We recorded this interview, so we'll send it out, the whole recording.
Okay, but I still have a question. The question is, you made a suggestion of paying a deposit of $2,000 some time ago. I don't know if you have any plans for that, if it is still holding. That is my first question. And the second question is, what is the payment plan, the fees payment plan when you get there? When you've been enrolled, what is the payment plan? Will you have to pay all the fees instantly, or it will be spread for you in installment basis?
Yeah, so the first question we answered earlier, in terms of deposit, everyone's required to do the deposit, but $2,000 deposit. We'll give you information about how to do that, sent to your email. In fact, I think it's sent in the admission email that you've already received, but we'll send out reminders about that for those that are admitted. Now, in terms of the payment, once you're here, additional fees can be paid in one of two ways. You can either pay in full for the semester, or you can make a cash net payment plan, which basically divides the whole semester. That's the 6 months or the 4 months, the semester based. It divides that. In the US, we have a semester system, generally speaking, where you pay for everything for the whole half of the year at once. Okay, so for example, for undergraduates, that's 12 credits or 4 classes. For graduates, that's a minimum of 6 credits or 2 classes at 3 credits each. And you address that amount semester by semester, and that can be done at once, or you can make a payment plan through which those are you pay at the beginning of the month for each payment for the semester. So it divides up the total into monthly payments.
Okay, please, about the course that I applied for, MBA, that is Master of Administration, Business Administration.
Yeah.
Yeah, the option on the letter I had, you gave me management. But in case I want to change it to maybe MBA in accounting, can I do so?
You mean the concentration?
I mean the course, the program itself.
So MBA has. So the way MBA is structured is that you have the general MBA, and then there are some concentrations that you can choose. So that is something you need to, you can decide that when you come. If you want it on your I-20, though, you can notify us what you want to do.
Okay. That's fine. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I also want to ask. I want to know if PAC is still offering healthcare administration.
Very good question. So right now, we don't offer strictly the MHA program. We're not offering that. However, we are offering. So what students can do if they have healthcare interests is they have we have the MBA program, which is, healthcare is within business. It's within kind of the scope of general business. But then also students can do an add-on to the MBA. So they can add on 4 courses. It's called a graduate certificate in health services and leadership. And so that's 4 additional courses students can take in addition to the 12. So it'd be 16 courses, but you would have an MBA and then a graduate certificate in healthcare services and leadership. So that's, if you want to do that, you can let us know. We can add it to your I-20 if you're already admitted for the MBA program. And so, we just need to know as soon as you start the program if that's what you want to do.
Okay, thank you.
Hello.
You're welcome.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Now, I want to ask a question. And earlier on, I was talking about if it's advisable for me to start my visa process currently since I'm resuming by August. But I was looking at it. I don't know what's your take on it. Should I begin the application process now since I'm resuming by August? What do you think?
Do you have admission?
Yeah, I do. I'm from Nigeria.
Yeah, then you need to, if you have admission to Park and you have the I-20, you need to start the visa process immediately.
No, okay. Thank you. I want to, in addition to that, earlier on, I think I deferred my admission from last section. I think spring. So I don't know, something came up. I couldn't make up for the visa interview.
Okay.
It was so my question is, so I think I sent you a mail or on a WhatsApp. I told you that I wanted to change my course to business analytics.
Okay.
I don't know, but after I deferred the admission, I think you just gave me what I applied for the past one. I don't know what really happened. Can you explain that to me?
So do you have an updated I-20?
Yeah, I have
for fall admission?
Yeah.
Okay, and what program of study is on the I-20?
It was business administration and general marketing.
Okay, but you want to do information systems?
Yeah, business analytics.
Okay, so go ahead and reply to the email and have you sent in your statement of purpose and CV and everything like that?
Statement of purpose, yeah, I did that. Send those ones.
Okay, all right. Send an email to Taylor and we'll try to get that situated for you. But just because you have an admission to MBA, that's a separate process for ISBA. See, for ISBA, that the program director of that program has to approve of every applicant. So just like if you are admitted for MBA, that doesn't guarantee you admission to ISBA because it's a separate graduate program. Okay, so that's something everyone needs to understand. That you have to work, and they've also added in the admission requirements of the stats class, for the fall. So that's the other thing is if you don't have a stats class for at the undergraduate level, they're not going to, at this current moment, they're not going to admit you for ISBA.
Hi.
So I'm gonna take one more, maybe 2 more questions, and then we'll again, you can reach out to Taylor about additional questions you have. We'll probably set up another Zoom call since this was very popular in the next couple of weeks, just to touch base again. But let's take 2 more questions. So go ahead.
All right. Considering the fact again, I want to ask that give more information on Parkville, Missouri, and Kansas City, right?
So the difference between the two, you mean?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So Parkville campus is located just north of Kansas City, Missouri. And that is here, so that's the traditional campus that we have. We do have a location in what we call downtown Kansas City, but currently international students are not studying at that campus location. They're studying at the Parkville location here. And so just to know that you'll be studying at the Parkville location. Mm-hmm.
Kevin, I have a question.
Okay.
So I'm in Kenya. So is there any special information from the Kenya embassy and anything from that's the history and any detailed information on the progress of how students come to Park University that you wish we should know us from Kenya? Anything special maybe from the embassy and so forth?
Yeah, so we just visited that embassy. Taylor did, but basically, the biggest feedback we got, or we continue to get, is the financial aspect. They don't want to see aunts and uncles, cousins as sponsors. They want to see, brothers, sisters, or mom and dad sponsor. And you need to know about what you're doing and why you're doing it. Just that confidence in that as well. But the finances is the number one issue that they're having. And also, sometimes students present false bank statements and things of that nature. So, they're very leery of all that.
Yeah, Kevin, follow-up question on that. What about step parents?
Yeah, that should be okay. As long as you can show that they're really directly involved with your life and kind of convince them that you're, that's part of it. So.
Hello, Mr.
Just a question. I applied for summer, but I haven't got.
Hello.
And I think I'm.
We don't have summer admission. There's no summer admission.
Okay. So what are you gonna do?
So we'll defer you to August. Classes start August 14th. Program start date will be August 7th. We'll have orientation that Friday before, classes begin. So just be on lookout, but it's going to be, in August. Yeah, August 14th. August 14th will be the program. It'll be the first day of classes. August 11th will be the orientation. I'm sorry, August. August 11th. Yeah.
Since I applied, but I haven't been my iTunes.
Hello, Mr.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Yes, what question did you have?
I made a speak comment since I applied, but I haven't been my.
Sorry, can't really hear you.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and jump off now.
There is no slots available right now in India. Is there any update about that? When will the slots available?
The slots, so the question about the slots in India. And so we don't have any control over that. I have heard they're going to open soon, though. Okay, so I've heard they're going to open soon, but we don't know exactly when or how that process is working there. But I did hear from other applicants that there is a rumor it's going to open soon.
Okay, Kevin, please, I just realized that your university is having Master of Education, Teacher and Leadership.
We don't have that for international students on site here at the current moment. It's an online program, but you can't come here and study that.
Okay, that's fine.
What about the scholarship for Masters in ISBA? It's not.
Hello, okay. Hello.
Yeah, this will be the last question, and then we'll have to jump off if you want to direct your questions to Taylor later, and we'll probably set up another call to answer more questions for you. So this will be the last one.
Okay, last question, please.
Yes.
What about the scholarship for Masters in ISBA? The application is not open yet.
Yeah, so I sent the scholarship link out earlier, and you can apply there at that at that scholarship website.
Okay, I say scholarship for graduates, the management students, not the international school.
How soon are we going to have another?
So I'll set one up. How about this? I'll set one up for next week. Okay, we'll do another one next week for those that have more questions. Okay, so we can make this like a regular thing if you have get your questions answered. So, but again, this is recorded, so I'll send out the recording. I'll send out the visa tips and the scholarship link as well through the email. Okay, I appreciate everybody so much being on the call today. I'm excited that you're excited about Park, and we want to continue to do our best to help you in any way we can. Obviously, be patient with us with the volume of students that we're working with is challenging, but we're doing our very best. And I commend Taylor and her team of all they're doing. They're doing great work, and we'll continue to do our best to serve to help as many students as we can come here and experience the Park University. So thank you and have a great day.
Thank you too. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kevin.
Thanks for wonderful information, Kevin.
Thank you. Thanks, Stella.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks, Stella.
Thank you. We are so grateful, man.
Thank you. Thank you, most grateful.
Okay, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Mr. Kevin, thank you again. Oh, Solomon, I can see you.
You're very welcome.
Yeah. Where are the rest?
Thank you.
We are here. We are here. We are here.
We are here.
We are all here. We are all here. We are all here. Yeah, Doreen, I can see you. Okay, thank you all for making it.
We are here. We are here.
We are here. Any update by Calvin?
We'll talk later.
I have bread. Hey, Ghana, why are you people like that? Everywhere is full with Ghana. Oh, yes.
Watu wa Ghana mko wengi aje?
Nigeria boy. Nigeria and Ghana. Who's Cameroon? Hello.
Hello.
Ghanaians, how many are you? I'm trying to count here. How many Ghanaians are here?
Mambo.
Oh, that's Kenya. That's the Rose's people.
Area, fresh barida.
Allah.
Recording stopped. Funny
A Kenyan is only one there.
We are few.
No, how many? Count yourself. John number 1. Where's another Kenyan there?
Gloria number 2.
Okay, number 3. Number 3. Who's number 3?
B.
B. Okay, number 4. Kenyan. Ghanaians, you have 20 here, 100.
We are only 3.
Only 3.
Ghanaian.
Ghana, count yourself number 1. Number 1 Ghanaian.
Number 2.
Number 3.
Number 4.
Number 4. Number 5. Where's number 5 Ghanaian?
Hey.
Number 6 Ghana.
Number
7 Ghana.
Number 7.
Hey, when you know Ghana. Number 8 Ghana.
So only 8. Ain't no 8.
8.
There are more than 8.
Number 8 Ghana.
India, how many are you? India. India number 1. Taruna Siri. Chandu. India, okay, cool. That's India right there. Only 2.
No wonder walinyimwa green card.
Unawaleta huku kwa tear gas.
Taruna Siri Chandu.
Yes.
How you doing?
Wakuje maandamano. How are you doing all?
We are okay. Taruna Siri Chandu.
Hey, India phone server now. Hello.
Yeah, Indians, turn on your cameras. Why you hide? Why India is hiding?
Yeah, farmer down. Welcome.
I'm from India. Where are you from?
You
guy with a black whatever. You are so talkative.
He's speaking a lot.
Only Taruna asks questions from India.
So, evacuate from Kenya or from where?
Yeah, I'm from Kenya, Narok. Kenya.
Ah, Narok. What about
gay? Yes,
that's me. Amazing. What about
How
Mother Gloria?
I'm from Kenya, Kisii.
Kisii. Oh my God, that's Rose's people.
Yeah, sure. We will. Yeah. I'm from Eldoret.
Samuel wants to play basketball. Samuel wants to go to America for basketball. Samuel. Accra. You're a basketball player. Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
You're Michael Jordan, right?
Nah, I'm LeBron James.
Oh, come on. Get out of here. LeBron James.
LeBron James is my GOAT.
That's me, bro. Stop stealing my name. I'm the legacy. Living legacy.
Where are you from?
Huh?
Hey.
Taruna, what are you saying?
Where are you from?
Who, me? I am from South Africa. South Africa. Taruna? Okay.
Yeah.
I am from South Africa. Many Indians there. South Africa has more Indians after India.
I'm from India.
I'll come and visit you there. It's a nice country, I understand.
Yeah.
I'll bring with me. I'll come with Samuel. Samuel, the Bronx, the basketball player. I'll come with him.
Actually, I'm Taruna. She's my sister.
Oh yeah. Oh come on! Why are you doing this?
No way.
Okay, cool. So there's a basketball player there. I think he's a player.
How are you doing all?
Oh yeah, you guys. I can see. What is the dot on your forehead? Is it the panic button? On your forehead, you've got a dot. Is it the panic button?
Nah, bro, it's part of your culture.
It's all our tradition.
Oh, you have to put the red one on your face.
It's
Is
part
it
of your
good to
culture.
see?
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. You can't put it anywhere. Just there.
I'll come around so that you teach me how to dance, you know? Yeah.
Bollywood. You look at Taruna, you're a Bollywood. Taruna is at the Bollywood, right?
What?
Bollywood.
What are you saying?
Can you dance, Taruna? Can you dance?
Me?
Show
Yes, teach us your dance.
Show us some Bollywood dancing coming in the house.
The shake.
You must dance for the basketball player Samuel and Kra. Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go. That's a Bollywood right there.
We'll meet at Park University.
No,
Yeah, we're gonna meet there. Bye. Take care.
Yeah, I think that's we are out. Guys, I'll end this. Let's go.